in this last session of week 5, we will talk about Korean style pizza and Korean style shaved ice, which Koreans call Bingsu. Now, I chose these two items because they have been one of the most popular and successful Koreanized Western or foreign food that gained popularity together with the Korean style fried chicken. Now, as we have learned, in the 1990s, many of Western fast foods were localized by Koreans, so-called Koreanized. And some of the new Korean versions gained wide popularity not only in South Korea, but also overseas. And they were considered better than the original versions. And we already covered instant coffee culture in South Korea invented the coffee mix, and that dominates global market today, was actually a kind of this successful Koreanization together with the fried chicken, as we already learned. And Korean pizza is another example of successful Koreanization. Now, when Koreans tasted pizza, that's also from American soldiers, because a pizza that, of course, it originated from Italy. Actually, it is popularized by Americans, not by Italians. It was in America. The pizza became so popular. But in origin, in Italy, pizza was a very cheap fast food. As a matter of fact, the pizza bread is like a container. And you, instead of using any ceramic plates, on that container, you pour whatever you have, including cheese, and you bake it in the oven, and it becomes a food, readily edible. So this food became popular in America as a street food in the beginning by Italian migrants, and then in America, it became very Americanized. Many food, as a matter of fact, including Mexican tacos and so on, went through same path. They did not originate in America, but American society, with its diverse cultural power, they would Americanize it and then they would globalize it. So Taco Bell's is not a Mexican company, it is an American company. The same for all the biggest players of pizza companies, Domino's and Pizza Hut, they are all American company. So American pizza companies, as we learned, they arrived in sometime in mid-1980s, and both Domino and Pizza Hut, and this culture gradually evolved to become more Koreanized. Because these big companies, like McDonald's and Burger King, they had to localize their food. And that's their so-called globalization strategy. Any global companies, especially food and fashion, you bring your global aspect to local country, and then you go through localization and you become popular in that market. So bulgogi pizza and so on was Korean food, but also they were adopted by Pizza Hut and Domino Pizza in South Korea. And then in 1990, a Korean company, Mr. Pizza, appeared, and they have been one of the most successful Korean pizza company. And now they have shops in New York and in California, and also China and the Philippines, India, and so on. So this is a Mr. Pizza shop in Seoul, and you see that their pizza it's a pizza, but it's slightly different from Domino's or Pizza Hut, and they gained great popularity both in domestic market in South Korea and overseas market as well. And as I said, the Pizza Hut Korea also began to sell bulgogi pizza because of the need for localization. And pizza is a very versatile food. As I said, in Italy, it was invented as a fast food, and pizza bread itself is a container. So whatever you have left over at home, you pour it on the dough, the pizza bread, and you bake it, and it becomes edible food. You don't even need any plate. You don't need a fork and knife. You just grab it and you eat. So such a versatile food, and that's why it can be changed very easily. And that's why in today's world, we have so many different kinds of pizza everywhere. But it is in Korea where people really tried hard to make it as a Koreanized pizza. So I'm showing you some of the examples that are available that how Koreans localized pizza here on top, and they look very yummy and crisp and cheesy and beautiful as well. Today, the pizza is so popular everywhere, including in South Korea. And now, the next one is shaved ice, Bingsu. Now, this shaved ice with some fruit and thing, it was not Korean food at all, of course. And during the colonial period, the Japanese brought pot Bingsu, the red bean, azuki bean with sweet red beans, and then they would add it to shaved ice. That Japanese market, the shaved ice goes back to the early modern era. And in Japan, this is a popular summer food, and Japanese call it kakigori during the colonial period. And even today, everywhere in Japan in summer, you will see this kakigori flag, and you can get this very nice shaved ice. And this was because of the colonial legacies in South Korea until the 1970s. Bingsu was a very popular summer treat. But somehow briefly disappeared. But then again it reappeared in a transformed shape and with powdered milk and injeolmi rice cake added, and also a lot of natural fruits. So we will look at it again, how it happened. And going back to history, at the end of the Japanese rule in 1945, Bingsu was sold as a summer treatment in the tea room, like a tabang, or hotel, coffee shop, and sometimes Japanese-style bakery. In the 1990s, Japanese invented the ice shaver machine for home and for business. So now suddenly, Koreans who travel to Japan, they would buy this small ice shaving machine, and now they can enjoy Bingsu at home. They don't need to go to tabang or the hotel, coffee shop, and so on. So, and by year 2000, big coffee shops like a Starbucks also begin to sell this shaved ice. And then in 2010, the finely powdered ice appeared, and which was a great innovation, by the way. And afterward, Bingsu was upgraded continuously, and famous South Korean company Seolbing was established in 2013, and they started to sell as a dessert shop specializing on Bingsu, and first shop opened in 2013 and gained huge popularity both among South Koreans and also foreigners. And this is some of the Seolbing advertisement, and with finely powdered ice and powdered milk and injeolmi, the the very nice tasting the bean powder and some azuki bean and some even cornflakes and mixed with milk and mixed with some fruits. And also they invent new kind of shaved ice continuously, and that's why they are in the top, and they are leader in Bingsu market in South Korea. And going back to Japan, as I said, in Japan already for a long time, the kakigori shops, and this is a koribata is a flag or this sign that with Chinese character ping, or it means ice. And in summer, you see those shops, and when you go there, you will get something like this. That's more traditional Japanese kakigori. Okay, so that's from Japan. South Koreans adopted and localized Bingsu, and they created with a lot of innovative technologies and additives. Now they created this amazing serving, the shaved ice, and it gained huge popularity. And when I traveled to China many years ago, and I saw serving shops, and I was surprised. Didn't know that serving already appeared, had the branches in China, and this was about 10 years ago. And as a matter of fact, it was not really serving. It was a ser and then slightly different character in Chinese, and that was a fake. Okay, but that tells that even among Chinese population, because this serving shaved ice gained so much popularity, so there appeared a lot of a different brand in the local Chinese brand, but imitating serving with a slightly different spelling. Okay? So that's a good evidence that how South Korean shaved ice is popular in China. And these days, also in Japan, over the traditional Japanese kakigori, if you go Shinokubo or Osaka, elsewhere, you will see South Korean serving shop. And normally in a hot summer day, you see long queue, people waiting to enter to take their seat to the shop. All right, so that's the end of my lecture today in week 5. And I will summarize what we have learned. Now we have covered by 1980s, South Korea, as a result of 3 consecutive non-stop high economic growth in 60s, 70s, and 80s, people became much wealthier and they spent more money on food and they cared more quality over quantity. And now that brought tremendous changes within South Korean food industry. But this was hampered in 1997 when Asian financial crisis reached South Korea. But this financial crisis also diversified South Korean food industry. Now, not only expensive food for wealthy people, but also more inexpensive food items such as traditional Korean food or new kind of food, and samgyeopsal and soju and so on. This food diversified Korean culinary life. And by the 2000s, the Koreans came to enjoy more imported food, and mainly from Western countries. And many of these food were Koreanized, and these South Korean companies managed to marketize their products such as pizza and Bingsu, shaved ice, fried chicken, and so on in overseas market, and they are doing quite well. And behind this was, of course, the power of Hallyu, the K-pop. Thank you for listening up to this point, and I will see you again. Thank you so much. Okay, so that was the end of week 5 lecture. And Jung-Hwan, do you have any question or what interesting topic can we discuss after
sure.
this session? Yeah.
Do you know the Chimek and Pimek culture in Han River?
Oh, really? I know Chimek, but Pimek I never heard yet.
Yeah, so since you've been abroad for a while, so
That's
I want
right.
to introduce the Chimek and Pimek culture in Han River. So like further to the discussion of like Koreanization of K-food, I would like to introduce K-delivery system. So
K-delivery, yeah.
As Korean who loves to eat, I strongly believe that fascinating Korean food delivery service has contributed to the popularization of K-food, especially the spread of K-style Western fast food, such as pizza, fried chicken, even other desserts, etc. So, in fact, in Korea, you can get your favorite foods delivered anytime and anywhere. So here is a funny episode. So Professor Yu has previously explained about how popular the Chinese food like jjajangmyeon in Korea.
That's right.
Since
It's
the
a delivery food,
since the mid 20th century, right? So before the appearance of various digitalized delivery system, the delivery man even brought foods to the mountain, beach, and even several temples located in the middle of mountain.
Oh, really? How do they know the
They
exact
can ride
location?
like through the motorcycle.
I see.
So it was quite very interesting.
You're not talking about drone. Huh?
Yeah, not a drone actually. It's by actually a real person and a real
person.
delivery man.
Wow.
So and today, the K-food delivery is more developed, systemized, and fast, due to the technological advancement. So, for instance, have you ever heard that in South Korea, it is possible to order foods in picnic grounds near river, lake, mountain, and even beach? Have you ever ordered several foods there?
No, I have never ordered anything in South Korea.
Yes, so I prepare an example. So it would be pity to leave Han River Park in Seoul without having your foods delivered to your picnic spot, I guess. Because after all, this is part of a whole Hangang experience. So
I see.
if you didn't deliver food in Hangang River, it's not a real experience of Hangang.
Oh, I see. I want to try sometime.
So while there is a wide range of cuisines and food to choose from which you couldn't even imagine, the most popular choices are tteokbokki, generally.
Oh, they will deliver tteokbokki for you somewhere in Han River,
Of course, like tteokbokki is a spicy rice cake,
I like
for your
it.
information.
Yeah, that's right.
And chimek, the fried chicken with beer, and pizza also. And that are the top three menus.
So, wait a minute, you said Pimek, so what is Pimek?
Pimek is the combination of beer and pizza.
I see, I got it.
So we just simply call it Pimek and chimek.
Pimek. Yeah, that's right.
Definitely. Right. So, well, let me just briefly explain the step to order the food in Han River. So the first step is to download a Korean food delivery app. Such as 배달의 민족.
I heard
otherwise
about it.
known as the Baemin. So Baemin.
Baemin.
You should download that application on your smartphone. So Baemin is the most widely used food delivery application in Korea, as well as loved for having a comprehensive selection of cuisines and restaurants, because it does have like a wide range of menus, even spaghetti and other types of food, like Thai food also.
Oh, even Thai food.
So when you're done deciding on what to eat, you'll be guided to a page through Baemin where you have to enter personal information such as your address and contact details. So given that the Han River...
you don't have address in Han River.
Sure. So given that the Han River is very massive place, so it's impossible for the delivery man to find the exact location of every customer, right? So this is why there are 3 official delivery zones within the park.
Oh, so there are certain areas where food can be delivered.
Yeah.
I see.
So with Zone 2 being the most accessible because it's actually located near exit 2, Yoinaru subway station.
I see.
So it's the most accessible location, I guess. So most deliveries will be dropped off at Zone 2, so you'd want to find a spot nearby
I
to
see.
receive your food ordered.
see.
Yeah, so the driver will either drop you a text or call to let you know which delivery zone to go to. Yeah, so well, all of this episode actually verifies how much Korean love and crave for foods.
Yes,
You understand
that's
right
yeah,
now?
I can tell.
Yeah, so to briefly wrap up, in my opinion, I believe Korea's fast and convenient delivery service is one of the outcomes
I
of
see.
Koreanized Korean food culture and
also maybe Pali culture.
yeah,
that's right.
sure. And
Yeah.
it could be simultaneously be a factors that also contributes to the spread of K-food.
I see.
So yeah,
I
this
see.
topic might be related to the theme that you introduced to us, the Koreanization of K-food.
That's right.
Yeah, so maybe I think delivery service system might be one of the K culture.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
and
see.
one of the strategy of localization of K food culture.
That's
So
right.
yeah, that was my experience, and that was the episode that I want to introduce to the audiences and you.
Yeah, thank you very much for teaching me about this, quick delivery services everywhere in Korea. And it's exciting that this new technology and K-pop
It is.
and K-food, they are creating new opportunities for people.
It is.
Yeah? Excellent. Yeah. Well, thank you. And now we will conclude our week 5 lesson and discussion here. Thank you, audience, for your attention. And we will see you in next episode. Thank you.